Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the break. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me, it's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again, dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge, and come alive. Go to hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place, and come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we on the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hard they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge, and come alive. Go to hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place, and come alive.
Come alive.
I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me, it's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again, dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge, and come alive. Go to hell and back, just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place, and come alive.
Come alive. Come alive.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, why you leaving me? You know you can't leave me now. Sarah, I lost myself today trying to find ways to make you stay. Sarah, I want to go away, close my eyes, never wake up again. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Cody fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah, why you leaving me? Put me on my misery. Look above your heads at the moonlit sky. The stardust drips and shines brightly in your eye. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning, 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 until the day the world stops spinning.
Yeah. Ay, push start, ay, ball so hard, ay, raise the bar, ay, turn into a star, ay, play my part, yeah, I aim too far, I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up, cause it's fake, better give it up, young but I feel like I've seen enough, numbers going up, better keep it up, ain't slowing down, better live it up, about too hard, ay, what, about too hard, ay, what, about too hard, ay, ay, about too hard, yeah, I'm killing your favorite rapper, it's minimum effort, yeah, your coach getting severed, the industry dry, it's a desert, do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better, straight double use, that's my ladder, don't got no snakes, only ladders, ay, they tryna figure out what's on our plate, infinity sideways, we already ate, skipping is basic, skipping is classes, stay out of trouble, now I can relate, nevertheless, again, I'm doing great, I just finished this thing, ain't no debate, you ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate, yeah, I take my place at the summit, I can't wait till we counting them hundreds, I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming, and some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running, but very soon I'ma run it, I demand it, man, I want it, push start, ayy, ball so hard, ayy, raise the bar, ayy, turn into a star, ayy, play my part, yeah, I aim too far, I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up, cause it's fake, better give it up, young but I feel like I've seen enough, numbers going up, better keep it up, ain't slowing down, better live it up, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, ayy, about too hard, ayy, they not gon' like this, don't like surprises, I cause a crisis, man I'm a scientist, with the music I spice things, up to my liking, man I want nice things, this not an AK, it's a Uzi, I pull up and shoot it to movie, I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie, cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci, word of my nigga from the 021, you count 6 shots and I count 2 guns, some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun, yeah, you can come over here, swear it's like no career, swear you got no idea, soon you have no career, take a good look in the mirror, they need to know that I'm here, don't you act like it ain't clear, yeah, push start, ayy, ball so hard, ayy, raise the bar, ayy, turn into a star, ayy, play my part, yeah, I aim too far, I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up, cause it's fake, better give it up, young but I feel like I've seen enough, numbers going up, better keep it up, ain't slowing down, better live it up, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, ayy, about too hard. good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
Three, two,
Bringing summer
one,
to
drop.
you.
Ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know, like I know, we'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone would show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love it. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
Three, two,
Bringing summer to
drop.
you.
Ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know, like I know, we'll take it round and round again.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's on mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black as the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life.
Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Bring me to Oh, you bring me to
Now you bring me
Stop to my side, tied to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Corporate League of the Re-Ace Gold Cup Tournament. For those who don't know me already, I am Plet, and I'll be one of your casters tonight. I'll be joined by my co-caster and good friend Anime. Anime will be taking us through the teams and the rosters. Before he introduces us to the teams, how are you doing today, Anime?
I'm not doing too bad, thanks, but so our two teams today is going to be Afgri and Semperez, and on Afgri we've got Grotman, Lothar Ragnar, Blackie, Duncanberry 80, and Rickus 1213. And on Semper we have Whiskey Shits, Slovaki, Slocky Cocky, Mocky Cocky, and Tokoloshi.
I mean, we've seen after before. They were our very first cast together. I mean, with me and Anime, and of course our streamer who's helping us out today, Rainbow. I mean, it's quite a milestone for us personally. I would like to think quite an emotional day for us. So we don't give it our all today. I'm quite excited to see what they bring to the table this time, and of course, our first time seeing Semper, and I can't wait to see what both teams bring to the table.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a milestone. We started here. It's glad to see, familiar team. So, Plet, maybe we should mention our new giveaway.
Our new
No.
giveaway.
Mm.
Right, guys, so we got a new giveaway today. So, guys, if you want to win a Fantech Eco MH82 multi-platform gaming headset, all you have to do is like the ACCE Esports, like Fantech South Africa, follow all the steps to be entered, share the post, it is optional, and to increase your chances, guys, just retweet the post on Twitter. And that's simple. Then you can get your hands on a very good headset. I mean, it looks sturdy, it looks amazing, and the microphone is detachable for those of you who have a standalone mic.
Maybe we need to enter this competition ourselves. Maybe get us some, better mic quality.
I mean, let's be honest, a good headset overall for the mic, for the casting, and for action hearing in game, that's a win-win. I mean, even if you don't cast, who doesn't like a good headset, especially for free?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, everybody likes free stuff, and as gamers, we all need headsets.
Unless
Unless
you're
you're that one
hardcore.
dude, yeah, or that one dude without the mic.
But yeah, guys, and so I'm quite excited for how CS:GO is going. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago we got a new operation, and this operation, for you who aren't aware, it's called Operation Shattered Web, and it's actually quite amazing. There's new equipable agents, new weapon collections, there's missions, and there's so much more. I'm actually quite excited. I don't know how you feel about it, Anime.
I logged in the day, I saw it, and I honestly thought it looks fantastic. The coin looks great, the skins look fantastic. The new character models are, definitely something interesting, something we haven't seen in Counter Strike before.
I mean, good on that note. I mean, it's quite interesting, like you said. I mean, our characters, our player models that we've seen has been here pretty much since the beginning of slight changes year and year. But I like the new feel. I mean, you get something for everybody. You know, the serious players, the tryhards, the casual players, maybe even a character for the memers out there.
Yeah, I mean, even the new sprays, the new graffitis, they're even, they're helping the trolls out with the. Have you seen some of those new sprays? It is hilarious.
I mean, like even the changes to the gameplay. I mean, it might be slight changes. Just making a gun more expensive, making guns maybe even less expensive, and changing some recoil and spray of the FAMAS and Galil. It's quite an interesting choice. Thinking that those guns have been more or less the same since the beginning of Counter Strike, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we have minor updates every now and then that just tweak it just a little bit, but nothing in a while. So this is quite interesting, especially with the new FAMAS and the Galil. The prices being changed. I'm not too sure if they changed the spray on it or, I'll have to do more digging into that. But it's definitely, it's a welcome change.
I mean, even for all those players out there who played Danger Zone, they've did a lot of changes there. I mean, obviously for the better, fix up a couple of bugs, a lot of even graphic changes for the visuals. I'm quite excited. Personally, quite new to Danger Zone, but it is extremely fun, especially if you have an amazing partner or a team to play with.
Most definitely, and that new map on Danger Zone is also very, very interesting. It's nice and green. It's, I personally can't wait to hop back into it, see what it's all about.
I mean, yeah, I mean, even with the challenges, for those of you who aren't aware or are still trying to do it, I mean, there's quite a few of them. I mean, a lot of shotties, even with the danger zone. I mean, get 5 kills with the heavy, it ain't too bad, but it's quite exciting. I mean, it definitely is more, if I'd say, a niche guns compared to the, the usuals of the AK, the AWPers. But I think the shotguns definitely do bring CS:GO into a whole different atmosphere. I mean, I popped into it. I mean, the whole lobby was just, let's get these Nova kills. So it's quite exciting. Let's help each other, built up the team, the community together.
No,
And I would like to see what happens further with this different weeks.
I really like what Valve did with all the challenges, making all those people, maybe you're a hardcore comp player, or maybe you prefer queuing for Danger Zone, or maybe you're just a deathmatch fanatic. But no, with all these new missions, now you kind of have to dive into everything, just even if it's just for a little bit, broaden your horizons.
And if this game is starting off with new, quite an interesting choice from both sides. I mean, I would love to see how they play it out. It's quite a smaller map compared to the other usual ones like Inferno and even Dust. I mean, it seems like we are big first of the T side are going through long, also known as outside. Let's see how they play it. I mean, the CT pistols, the USPs do have an advantage of the long range, but it seems like they're making quick work going into that little underpass there, going onto site. I'm quite excited to see how the CT actually counter this play, because I mean, they're pretty much in, they can do what they want. CT have rotated, and we see Grootman taking down Whiskey, leaving him in a 4v4. Here comes Slacky taking down Lothar, Ragnar, and Blackie with the help of Lothar to take down Slacky with the trade. Blackie also finds himself one against Tokoloshi, leaving it in a 3v2 against, in favor of T-Side. I mean, here we go. Slovakia still very much alive, taking down Blackie, leaving it in a 2v2, but CT do have the health advantage. There you go. Here we get Slovakia, find himself another one against Krotman. Rikus does find Maki, but then, of course, Slovakia taking down Rikus, pretty much winning this round with a 3k and getting the defuse for his team.
I know, good thing, the T's at least got the bomb planted. Got some economy going there. I'm actually quite excited personally to see Nuke. I mean, it's one of those maps you don't see quite too often. I just think it's a lovely map, especially, all the close angles, it's a little more up close and personal than, for example, Dust, or you certainly do have that long range there, but a lot of these angles are very up close and in your face.
I mean, kicking off into the second round here, we have a nice little, I would say, slow push, waiting for the CT to make mistakes. We're got some players going into Hut. There's a Negev of Lothar taking down Tokoloshi. Moving on to Sarton. Slacky Kaki making sure that Blackie is aware that he is there. Whiskey there to help out his teammate. Krotman does find Whiskey, but Maki takes down Krotman. Slacky finds himself one as well. Rick is cleaning up what's left. And I don't know, I mean, the CT so far have been holding different angles, playing extremely well. I mean, so far the T have been caught up with the different angles being stuck from behind. But Lothar, yet again with a Negev. I would love to see if this strat continues. I mean, people might think it's a meme strat, but a gun with that fire rate and such low recoil, once you get the first initial shots off, it is extremely dangerous and can hold off a site for easily a minute.
Not just that, also a Nuke, all these thin walls, a lot of potential spray wall bangs with that Negev. These do seem to be pushing down B ramps, but Slovakia mollies it off. They push through the molly. Mokikoki takes down Grootman. Rikus 12-13 takes down Mokikoki. Slovakia hiding in the corner, but unfortunately Rikus does find him out. Tokoloshi gets the trade on Rikus, and we are left in a 3v1 situation with Duncan Barry making his way through trophy room, maybe trying to see if he can spot out bomb. Maybe just retake that, get bomb planted before this round's over. But they do seem to be holding angles. We do still see a lot of players on A, so the information wasn't quite. I think the information was there. I just don't think they rotated. Didn't see the need to, I guess.
I mean, so far CT have proven themselves to take the first 3 rounds. But of course, there's still a lot to see from. If I'm not mistaken, Afri Equipment is the team that we saw last time with a 4 Negev's Heaven on Overpass, just spraying down the team, showing them what they're made of. And so far, it seems like they brought that same mindset. I mean, it's quite interesting to see how that worked. And I can't wait to see how they apply that if I could almost say, future esports strats we haven't seen yet from teams into this map, especially being Nuke out of all maps.
Split, tell me, do you think we're gonna see another meme strat like that today, especially with Afgri here?
I mean, we've seen already only been 4 rounds in. Double commit of 2 Negevs by the same player. And it seems like there is a technical issue. Just switching to an internet. He was playing for roughly around 180 ping. But so far, can't wait. I mean, both teams have played extremely well. Maybe a slight couple mistakes here and there, but it's still too early to say exactly what's happening. I'm quite confused what's happening here. I mean, the games should be paused. Players are pausing it. But yeah, honestly, so far, if I can say anything for the team, maybe peek your angles, get the picks, just don't take too long. I mean, it seems like one guy pushes up, 2 guys push up, but then the last 3 get stuck still from behind. I mean, it's nothing with Nuke. There's so many different ways to get on the side. You can go through vents, you go through outside. You get your different heights even. They can try to get onto B or A. There's still that squeaky door. Go for it.
Most definitely, there's secret outside. You can even go through go through outside to A main, or all the way around ramps down to B. I mean, there's just so many ways to get onto site, and CTs can't hold all of them. So it is, very curious. We do see a full T push outside. Some shots do go down. Whiskey Shits is tagged, but so is Lossar Ragnar. And Sluggy Cockney takes down Rikus. Whiskey Shits takes down Blackie. But Loskar does take down Whiskey Shits for the trade. We are in a 3v4 situation. Spray goes down. Alright. We say Tokoloshi holding outside. Unfortunately, Sluggy does take down Duncan Barry, and yeah, another round goes to the CT. We see the CT dominating here in the start, but what do you make of that?
Well, personally, I always believe if the team wins, the initial round with the pistols, that gives them enough economy easily for the next 3, which we have seen. But this time around, they have won the 4th one, but the T side, as you can see, still buying up, still plenty of money. That just for losing, you do get a bonus in income to turn things around, and I think if anything, it could be a stretch. Win the first initial rounds, and then make sure the last 10 or so you have that economy. Make sure you can just buy up. I mean, even simple things like SMGs can do a lot of damage. Seems like we're making our way towards, if I'm not mistaken, B side 3 outside. Very well played. I mean, working together, holding different angles, not letting each other be too much exposed. There we get Tokoloshi from above with the card gun, taking down one, trying to find the second one, does find the second one. Very well played from their side, good position in. Slovak, finds himself a 2k as well, and finishing off the recruitment, leaving Lothar Ragnar in a 1v5. I mean, he has Negev in hand, possibly, maybe we can even see an ace from his side. I mean, who doesn't want to see a good ace with a Negev at this rate?
That's definitely something you don't see too often.
The only thing about Vince is there is many angles you must look out for. As you can see, you look left, and then you try to look right, but it's that first instinct, which side to peek first, and unfortunately he did peek the wrong side, but very well played from the CT. You're still holding up, but I think with Afgri we still have a lot of potential to see. I mean, I don't think it was their map. It's just a slight map changes. I mean, you can never be sure which map is going to be chosen. There's so many maps out there. But at this stage, we are making our way towards A. Yes, Anime, you were saying. Sorry for interrupting.
Most definitely. I mean, especially Nuke. It's one of those seen too often. Some players prepare for it a lot better than others, and it is personally for me, I think it is a very difficult map to play on if you do not prepare for it.
I mean, Slacky did take down the first tee, but then of course Rick is there to clean up, but bomb is planted already on B, but Blackie just holding it out. His teammates are rotating. I mean, maybe Whiskey will be taken out of events, but he has seen the player. Rikus is taken down in a 4v1. It's up to Duncan Barry to kill the people defusing and buy for time. But I think Duncan is out of position, unfortunately, but he's going to play for exit here. Try to get the guns out their hand and try to break the economy, but Mackie just very aware of his surroundings. Good game sense. Does take down Duncan. So far, we are in round 7 with 6-0. But like I said, there's still so many things they can try, so many different strats. I mean,
we do see an AWP being bought by Grotman at this point, so maybe we'll see something happen there. We seems to be making his way outside, trying to get the pick on the players outside. Up, he does find one, and Slovakia takes down Lothar Ragnar, and yeah. CTs do seem to be holding trophy room. Rikus does get tagged with that nade quite a bit. I see they're holding, waiting for time, maybe waiting for Grootman to, come join them in this fight.
I mean, I don't think the new Grootman of Duncan Barry there with his card gun, making
Yeah.
them very aware. Look, guys, if you need a player at range, I am your man.
I mean, that card gun is definitely one powerful gun. I mean, it's with that scope, it helps you get those shots.
Best way to counter is another card gun, as you see Duncan Barry showing what he's made of. And they are pushing through here, bar B ramp, making their way onto sides. We do have a guy, if I'm not mistaken, that's observation, playing very well, just with an MP7, but an MP7's all they need to get the damage in. Very powerful gun. A Grootman, like you said, of an AWP, making all the differences round.
Definitely making all the difference.
I mean, personally, he just got a 3K, very well played. I mean, just a change of things. And here we go, 6-1. This is comeback that we have seen before. I'm quite excited to see if they can keep this rhythm going. It seems like there is a pause happening, maybe a technical issue. They could also use this time, obviously, to discuss the upcoming strats to see what they are doing wrong. Try to figure out, okay, guys, this worked, that didn't. Let's try to, learn from our mistakes, but keep using what works, but don't overdo it so they don't learn from us. It seems like the server is having some issues at the moment, but obviously these players are extremely good and can handle these situations. I mean, the slight ping difference does affect the aim, but I mean, the headshots and the capability from each team, I'm quite excited to see how they handle this.
So what do you think we're gonna be seeing in this next round? I'm just gonna put it out there. Take it. Grootman's gonna go play outside again. Maybe get those peaks again. Maybe they do a full outside push. I think that might be a good idea, seeing as they do have AWP in hand, and I do not see an AWP or scout in the CTs, but they do seem to have that COD gun.
The economy from CT side though is extremely good. I mean, since COD guns are being bought up, but who knows, maybe Whiskey will take up the AWP role and show, listen, Grootman, I'm also here, I can also AWP, you're not insane. I think a good AWP battle could make all the difference. Like you said, they can take out each other's teams, and the best way to counter an AWP, if you don't have the fastest aim or the fastest flick, is another AWP.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it is a point click cannon.
That's of course if you can at least point at the right player. But I mean, with these players' skills, we cannot doubt them at all.
Most definitely. I see Whiskey did buy up an M4, so we do have, yeah, Whiskey does seem to be pushing outside quite aggressively, maybe trying to just catch that Opera off guard. Just running around them. He does manage to take off a few shots, taking Rutman down to what, 20? He does fall back. He did get the tag. He played for some information. They do know now that they might be coming A. They do seem to be pushing through Squeaky. They're just standing there hiding in the smoke. Lucas does find his way to A main, but unfortunately Slucky does spot him out, take him down. Lothar taking down Whiskey. Very slow plays that we're seeing happening right now. We see Lothar still outside with the AK.
I mean, trust Lucky just to find himself two and heavily tag another one. There you go. Tokoloshi cleaning up what's left. We do have two guard guns on above. Tokoloshi finding a second one. Very well played. Bomb is down. Beating Lothar yet again in a 1v3. That's the only thing but Roman could possibly left alone each round. But so far, he seems like he is capable of using an AWP and a rifle. Even it's in a 1v2, he does know there is information played. One being on top of A with a card gun. That just makes where the second player is. It does limit it down. So all he has to do, maybe, if he can't get the bomb down, just play for an exit, break the economy. Make sure the CT, listen, buy armor again, waste your money. I can still save my AK. I'm still in this.
Most
Slowly making
definitely.
his way up to heaven.
I think he's going to catch Tokoloshi off guard. Unfortunately, Tokoloshi does spot him out and does take down Lothar.
Very well played so far. I mean, CT has, from Semper's side, they have been really consistent, playing each angle to the best of their abilities. But of course, Afgri is still there. they have won one round. The economy is still doing pretty alright. I mean, they're still buying guns. I mean, there is another Negev in Lothar's hands, and I would love to see what he can do with this machine of a gun.
They do seem to be making their way down to B ramps at this point. Grotman with the AWP trying to tag Slovaki through the smoke, but unfortunately, he cannot see them. He does not know where to aim. But Lothar is just there spraying that Negev. Does force Slovaki to push back a little bit. I think this gathering up all in trophy room is not the greatest idea, but it does seem to be working. Lothar does manage to take down Slovaki with that Negev. Grotman taking down Whiskey. They do seem to be going B at this point. Maybe just get bombed down, hold angles. HP is not on their side, but they do outnumber the CT 3-2. Bomb is going down.
And of course, Blackie is there to support his team. I mean, a 2v1. And he's gonna get bombed down. Let's see how Grootman handles it. But he only has 8 HP himself. He is a card gun. Card gun did win that battle against Grootman. So Koloshi is taken down by Blackie, but well played from both sides.
Beautiful one tap there.
I mean, as we've seen from Africa's side again, they all keep, like you said, they keep grouping up in these different spots. Maybe not the best spots, A simple nade or molly could have done extremely a lot of damage to the T side. From the T side, and possibly even, I don't know, taking some players down, because we saw some players only survive that fight with 8 HP, 10 HP.
A simple nade could have just finished them and making it a lot quicker round for the CTs. I mean, this grouping up as they're doing again outside. All the players together, a few nades could just do so much damage. Personally, I think they need to spread out just a little bit more. But honestly, maybe they have strats, maybe they have plans. So who am I to judge? Unfortunately, Slovaki does manage to take down Blackie with the AWP, and he takes down Rikas as well. Whiskey takes down Duncanberry, leaving the CTs. Grotman does manage to take down Slaki, but yeah. Togolesi gets the trade on Grotman, and he also takes down Lost. So good run on CT side. They're holding their sides. Information is getting. Yeah, sorry, I apologize.
No problem. I mean, for those of you who are wondering, why are they grouping up so much? I mean, of course, if you do want to get trades, you need to have somebody by you. And I mean, if they are grouped up like that, I mean, they can hold a lot more angles, They can easily 2-peek this corner, 2-peek that corner, and there you go, take down a player who takes you down, or even work together. I mean, let's be honest, 2 body shots from each player will take a player down. And the CT can only rely on that initial headshot. At best, take 1 player out before his ammunition, his magazine is empty. I mean, it seems like they're having a split, 2 go slowly A. And, I mean, here we get Slovakia yet again taking down Duncanberry or punts himself a second one. But Lothar yet again just using that Negev to his full ability. Now we are left in a 2v3. Bomb still not seen, but Tokoloshi playing from the high ground takes down Rekus. Can he find the second one? He does indeed, takes down Blackie. I mean, so far this first half is seen pretty dominant on which side, but I mean, there's still so many rounds left. I mean, there's still 3, and I mean, just that initial 3 rounds, we can see a major difference. I mean, that's a much closer gap to catch up second half. For all we know, Afri has prepared CT side more. I mean, personally, if you don't know the map, I'd rather sit and hold a site and let the enemy come up to you. You can still learn different strats against you, but of course, I feel like you're in a much better position to hold a site than to attack it.
A beautiful push going through outside. Rotnar taking down Whiskey. They do seem to be going down secret, making their way down to B. Lothnar sneaking to fence, maybe trying to catch a player on the rotate. Well, the rest of the team does seem to be pushing B, trying to get that bomb, but Maki is there and he does take down Blackie. The rotation is there from the CT. Slovaki takes down Duncanberry, Slaki takes down Lothnar, leaving them in a 4v2 situation. I apologize, Rikas takes down Slaki Goki, and Maki takes down Grotman, leaving the T's in a 3v1. I mean, just leave it up to Slovaki to take down the last player.
I mean, these rounds are going relatively quick from, as we see. I mean, of course, it is, some people could say, yeah, because it's 10-2. But I mean, to see how on both sides, you get a full 2 minutes on each round. But I think all these rounds so far have been taken down to a minute each. Maybe both sides should, I don't know, maybe if we say take it slower. I mean, so far, of course, CT had the positioning. I mean, we've seen pretty aggressive pushes. Not as aggressive as this one. Grootman is taken down though, outside hut. His teammate is taken down, so Lothar getting a trade of the P90, leaving. I mean, of course, there you go. Aki and Tokoloshi working together with his card guns, spraying down a start. I mean, trust Blackie to take on Tokoloshi, and there's a trade by Rickers. Now we're in the 2v2, of course. But it's almost a 2v1, but both teams are heavily tagged by one player, Whiskey, making his name known. Of course, here we go. Slovaki open hand is above, scoping heavily, takes down Duncan Barry, does not know where the second player is. Will he check blue box? I mean, it is a very good spot to sit in, especially if you want to be protected from heaven, because they can't see you, but you can't see them either. But he is moving around. He does find a second player, it does take him down, and there you go. Just defuse bomb and another round to CT side.
I think it's going quite well. The T's may have prepared better for the CT side at this point. I mean,
But just keep in mind it is Semper's map, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, just as simple niche maps can throw somebody off guard. Even considering Nuke isn't not the most known, but it isn't the least known either. Most players would still prefer to play something like Mirage. And I've quite enjoyed Nuke. I mean, I've met some great people and it's such great experiences. I mean, of course, we still learning new strats every day. I mean, we've seen some quite interesting plays from both teams so far.
yeah, most definitely. T's do seem to be pushing through lobby. I think they're going to attempt to try and take this A side. Of course, Slucky is just outside of Squeaky, and Slovaki takes down Grotman. T's are doing a rotation, maybe trying to push through down ramp. But we do see a player with an AWP. Slovaki takes down Rikus. Maki takes down Blackie, leaving Duncanberry in a 1v5 situation. This is not a situation, but it's a good opportunity for him to show them what he's made of. And unfortunately, he does get spotted out trying to peek through A main, but get taken down by Tokoloshi.
Well, we're going into the last round in this first half. I mean, there isn't much African do to get this half back, but I mean, if they can win this one, like I said before, just make that gap into second half a lot less. I mean, for all we know, like I said, CT side, they can pull it back. I mean, just put your players in the right spots, don't push too much, maybe even play aggressive. We've seen aggressive plays from CT work in this tournament. And for all of you who haven't seen previous tournaments, all the videos are still in the channel, please check them out. And of course, you'll see some interesting plays. I mean, we've seen some insane boosts, some insane spots, good nades. And I mean, even the communication from both sides. I mean, as we can see, Whiskey is taken down. Kurtman was, of course, a victim from the T side. And of course, Slovakia with open hands, insane. Earth Ragnar, yet again, the P90 showing, like, listen guys, I might have close to medium range gun, but I'll make it work. Duncan Barry there for support, taking down Slovaki. Slucky takes down Duncan Barry, leaving it in a 2v1. But Earth Ragnar does have majority of the HP, not anymore. I mean, that's a very good first half. Seeing that Semper has been more in control, but they have been more consistent. They have been playing extremely well. They've been there for the trades, been there for, just to support one another if need be.
Most definitely. And coming into the second half, having Offgrade on the CT side, we could see a complete, turnaround of this match. I mean, now that they're CT, they can just sit side. They don't have to push angle. They don't have to push sides. They can just sit on the sides, hold their angles. Make it difficult for the T's to get onto side or get bomb planted. We do see a very slow long push, outside push here, because does spot one out. But unfortunately, Slucky takes down Rikus. They do try to push through Squeaky, but unfortunately the molly just prevents that just a little bit. Whiskey playing very aggressive, taking down Grotman. And Slovaki taking down Duncanberry. They do seem to have made their way onto B. There is a player, but unfortunately Tokolosi does take down Lothar. Blackie does take down Tokolosi, but Maki finished the round by taking down Blackie.
But I mean, that initial CT being taken down on outside or long, it wasn't like bad that he didn't get a kill. It was, I mean, he played extremely well, especially considering the fact that, listen, I saw all five players outside. Guards
Yeah,
rotate. It can either be pushing from outside garage or going down into that lower section, going to be.
no, no, most definitely. Sometimes, even if you don't get the kill, get the information for your team. Have them, get the kills for you. Because, like I said, this is a very team-based game, and sometimes you have to make sacrifices for your team to be able to win.
He's still playing very aggressively. He is taking down the CT players, but I mean, CT did do an anti-echo, a couple of Famas's. For those who don't know, Famas is, and of course with the Galil as well, are $200 cheaper. Quite an interesting slight gameplay mechanic that is changed. I mean, as we can see, it does allow players to do an anti-echo with a much more superior medium to long range gun compared to your normal SMG counter bar. And guys, of course, we're hopping into our second map now. Seems like it's been a Dust 2. Honestly, this is very interesting. I don't think we've really seen a lot of Dust 2 yet. I'll love to see what each players bring to this map because it is one of the most common maps. Personally, I believe so. And I'll have to
I,
see
I,
how
I,
it uses their game knowledge.
I personally think it is one of the most well-known, one of the most played maps in Counter-Strike. I mean, everybody knows Dust. I mean, there's dedicated deathmatch servers, casual servers just for Dust. So it's going to be very interesting to see all the plays that we see on Dust. I'm hoping to see some new things today, and I'm honestly expecting this to be a very tight match, seeing that I believe it is Afgri's map, if I'm not mistaken.
It is indeed Afri's map. As we can see, Nuke was not, in their favor, but they obviously chose Dust 2 because they are comfortable. They have strats. They have practice for this very map. And I'll have to see what they do differently. Maybe taking us into a third game.
Most definitely, and they shouldn't let that Nuke map get to them. Like we said, Nuke is one of those maps that if you don't expect it, it can completely throw off a player's game.
But going into this second round, I mean, of course, we've seen how dominant Senpai has been so far. I wonder if they can keep that up. But of course, now both teams do have it. Like I said before, they can take this time just to like, okay, guys, calm down. We did our best. It didn't go in our favor, but this time, obviously in Afri's case, it's our map, guys. We prepared for this. Let's
Most
show
definitely.
that we still, yeah, that we still are capable of what's happening. But of course, we can't choose favorites just yet. I mean, we're still far from over. We could easily see a sweep from Afri's side, and I can't wait to hop into it.
Most definitely, and I mean that win on Nuke earlier. Sorry, that win on Nuke earlier for Semper. I mean, that did most definitely boost their confidence quite slightly. Winning the way they did, but hopefully they don't get overly confident. Sometimes that ego goes to your head and you try and peek that one angle that's you probably know you shouldn't, but you think you can get it, and unfortunately, it just doesn't go your way.
I mean, of course, I mean, with this new operation, we can still see many changes. I mean, for those who don't know, Cash is back into the competitive search lobby, and I'm quite excited. Cash has always held a special place in my heart. I love Cash. It's quite interesting map. I mean, it's much different compared to our Dust what we expect, even Inferno. I mean, the slight changes, it's more vibrant, like you said earlier, and I'd love to see maybe even, I don't know if we'll see it in this tournament, but possibly the next one to see how players make use of this brand new map. Same map, just different spots, different mechanics, maybe even new nade possibilities.
Honestly, I think if we do see it, coming up in this tournament, if we do see that map, I think it's going to be a very very big curveball because I don't think a lot of players have prepared for it, especially it being off the roster for so long. So if one team just prepares for it and throws it into their circulation of maps, I think that could completely throw off an enemy team.
And of course, with this new operation came a brilliant co-op mode. I mean, just the mission so far I've played, I mean, I spent like what, 5 hours alone on the mission, and I loved it. Even such small things like little collectibles you must get, different spots that you can view different. It's I think different spots. The AI are so well programmed that you can experience something each time you play it. So you can try it out. With your different friends, you can always expect something different.
Yeah, I got one tapped by a bot quite a few times.
I mean, I don't know how you feel, but at one stage, I'm pretty sure there was a bot with an open hand quite high up, and all I had was a simple SMG. I wasn't very impressed, but of course, that's part of the game. It keeps things interesting.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And those bots, I don't know, their aim has gotten better over the years of Counter Strike.
Or our aim just got a lot worse, but I think this is a perfect time to mention our giveaway again. How do you feel,
I,
Anime?
you know what? I think that's a great idea.
Like,
Just let our audience know what they can win. What is up for grabs?
so guys, for what you earn, I mean, if you guys are looking for a good headset, Fantech is giving away an Eco MH82 multi-platform gaming headset with, of course, a detachable mic. That's an extremely good headset. I mean, who doesn't want a good free headset? All you have to do is enter the steps, and then, of course, guys, like ACE Esports, like Fantech South Africa, share this post. It is optional. And guess what, guys? To better increase your chances, just retweet this post on Twitter. I mean, there you go. You got a brilliant headset, brilliant mark, and of course, there you go. You can hear your footsteps. You can listen to your streams, especially this cast. Clarity, seeing how did this player hear where they were coming from.
I mean, do yourself a favor, do your friends a favor. Get this headset. Those callouts are important, especially in Counter Strike. So them being able to hear you is just going to make your game a lot easier on you and on your teammates.
And of course, if you don't have a microphone, there you go, guys. The headset does come with a microphone, and then you can make those very call outs that, of course, that you can increase your chance of winning a game. And trust me, your teammates will be a lot more happier that you do have it.
Yeah, most definitely. Going into, I see we're almost ready to start our match. What do you expect we'll be seeing on Dust today?
There's so many different possibilities. You can go towards long, the B sides. I mean, even mid. It all depends how each team, holds these things. I mean, just to give up mid, so far like CT did, to just make sure there's an extra player on B side, isn't the very best choice. But they are pushing up short. We do have a player slowly making his way up long. Of course, he gets Monkey with the help of his teammate taking on Lothar. Blackie finds himself a double headshot within A side, playing extremely well, but of course Blackie playing close. It's like, okay guys, cool. 1v3, I got this. But now we are left in a 1v3 in favor of the C side. And of course, there we go. Afgri takes the first round into the second game.
Beautiful, beautiful plays we saw there. CTs were on their game there. Don't get me wrong. The rotation was quick, but unfortunately, I guess just for this round, the T's shots did just land a little better. Going into the second round, yep.
Seems like, yeah, like you said, going into the second round, pushing long heavily. It seems like, yeah, you got beautiful Xbox smoke. Slowly making their way. I mean, of course, Whiskey is ready for this. He has nading. He's going to do a lot of damage here. Of course, there is an eco from Semper's side, saving money up for the coming rounds. Krutman jumped down, trying to catch the guy CT off guard. And Rick is like you about to say, takes on Mackie, cleaning up side, leaving CT in a 3v5 with Lothar cleaning up. But Semper's showing us, I'm sorry, Slovaki showing us what he's made of against Duncan Perry with just a pistol in hand. Krutman takes on Slovaki. Make that a second one against Tokoloshi. Both teams have playing extremely well, taking each round very close together. And of course, like, I don't know, what would you like to see? Didn't ask you before. What would you like to see from both teams on this map?
Honestly, I would like to see some some good mid control. Maybe holding A side a little better. I think A side is a little bit harder to retake than B side, but that is just a personal opinion. But yeah, we do see Grootman with the AWP. He's on his way too long to go back up Rickers.
I'd love to see maybe a soccer match,
You know what? I think that's what every Dust match needs. Just, a little friendly soccer playing. Maybe the last two, or maybe both, the entire team, just taking the ball through long, having the CTs rotate, play a little soccer game there and long.
I mean, of course, the sportsmanships on both sides have seen extremely well. Maybe that's something that you can see in the tournament. friendly enough. But we, like I said, just a little soccer game won't hurt anybody. It'll clear both teams' minds up. Tokoloshi is sitting in window, is taking about a hurt one from CT. I mean, Whiskey, very courageous, taking his card gun, taking his in hand. And of course, Mikey with the very fast reactions against Rikus. Very well played. And going into the 4th round, I'm quite excited. I mean, of course, there we go. Lothar Ragnar with Negev in hand, changing things up, making sure that people are quite aware that Negev is still a very good choice to buy up.
You know, I admire his playing style, because you know we've seen him with the Negev on Nuke, and you know you don't really expect the Negev to come out until it comes out, and unfortunately he does manage to take some damage through trying to get spray down mid, or just get through mid. He makes his way down mid. He does spot out 2 players. He tries to take out one, but Slovakia does manage to take him down. Players are trying to push through short. Blacky takes down Whiskey. Maki takes down Rikus. They seem to be pushing. They are trying to make their way up onto site, but unfortunately Maki is there with his card gun, managing to take down the last 2 terrorists, winning the round for the CTs. You know, holding that angle from car it's a smart but risky play. I mean, you do have the car as cover, but then again, you can get sprayed through that car.
I mean, like you said, it is a pretty common spot as well nowadays. Okay, guys, let's pre-fire it. I mean, a simple molly as well will force the CT player out of rotation. It seems like towards B. Blackie pushing through molly, going onto side through uppers. Is going to catch Tokoloshi off guard. Playing for the second player, does find him on start. Is taken down by Slacky. Here comes the mid player from doors. I mean, Lothar Ragnar, Tony's team. Okay, guys, let's get bomb down now cleaned up. Now it's up to how they clean up window. I mean, there's some friendly fire. Duncan Barry killing Lothar Ragnar. I mean, there you go, bombs down. Naki playing very well. Finds himself 2k. Duncan Barry left in a 1v2 now. Stays player in uppers. Trying to spray down. Brilliant nade from his teammate. I mean, I don't know. There comes the second nade in. Not a very good nade hits. I'm pretty sure a barrier, maybe even a visible one. But Whiskey. Quick rotation to the USP. Does take down Duncan Barry. Very well played. I mean, bomb was so close to being planted. They had a very good execute to get on start. And I mean, both teams did. I mean, just that molly push. I mean, I'd never expect it. Why would you take the extra damage, you know?
Yeah,
But
why?
very from the T side.
Why would you push through that molly, you know? And that is the kind of plays that just, you know, can win or lose a match. I mean, you don't expect it, so you do manage to catch a player or two off guard. That nade goes down, does quite a lot of damage. Molly goes down, takes down Duncanberry. Tokoloshi takes down Blackie, Grootman, and Slacky takes down Lossar, leaving Rikus in a 1v5 very early into the round. And Whiskey comes from the side, taking down Rikus, giving the round to the CTs. That was a very quick round.
I mean, just that. I mean, how quick CT caught on. Guys, they pushed through Molly once, so obviously do it again. And that execute of a Molly and frags took down 2 players straight away. Very well played. And of course, just the support from the mid player, Slovaki, with that AWP. I mean, he is extremely good, extremely dangerous. Seems like we have 4 players going B to fake it out, while we have Blackie playing slower, maybe pushing up pushing up short with bomb. But it's literally, if Blackie falls down now, it will make all the difference. There you go, bomb is down. Now, I don't know, the initial plan to rush B side, make a noise, has not gone in their favor. Tokoloshi playing in a very sneaky spot, finds 2 players, poor communication from their side, but I mean, now they know, listen, okay, they play in cheeky spots, we can do it too. Leaving the T side in a 2v4 situation with bomb still down. I mean, time is ticking away. Whiskey's playing a smart, pulling back, not leaving his teammates to watch both sides alone. I mean, there you go, smoke on short, preventing a push through. Whiskey going through CT, trying to peek mid, trying to make sure bomb has not been picked up yet, but it's up to Rikus here to see what it does here. It seems like both players might be going for a kill instead of going for bomb, but of course Lothar Ragnar pushing up start. I think he does spot Maki just chilling behind Carl. Like you said, I mean, he said it before, maybe they are quite aware that he will be here again. I mean, there goes the information, finds one. Can he find a second player? I think he's just trying to survive. Wait for his team, but he is taking about Rikus. Very well played from Rikus, you know. Do not sit in the same spot, to move onto a different spot. Bomb is going down, giving him that extra boost in economy. Whiskey is taken down. Ruskers is gonna clutch this for his team, leaving him in a 1v2 situation, pushing up short, being aggressive, gonna catch Slovakia off guard. Which he does indeed. You know, personally, he's on a 3k now, leaving him in a 1v1 against Tokoloshi with Kodgun. I mean, lots of information, he was on short. Let's see how Tokoloshi handles the situation. Bomb is planted for short, if I'm not mistaken. And here we go, Tokoloshi playing this very carefully. He does spot him on short, does take him down. A very
And the
well
kid
played.
is there. He does have the time and the bombs will be defused, giving the round another round to the CTs. Well played by the CTs, but more importantly, really well played by
Rickus, yeah, I mean,
Rikus. Yeah, I mean,
if he didn't
taking
have
down 3
diffuser,
players.
that would have been game, that would have been round. You know, it was extremely close. I mean, this is definitely a separate side from Afgri that we have not seen the first game. Games are a lot more closer, a lot more. I mean, bombs been planted twice now. It's just, I mean, the defuse has been there, but they're playing extremely well. It seemed going too long. I think, Anime, I'm gonna give you the honors. I think this would be an extremely exciting round.
Molly goes down, Lothar pushes straight through. He's trying to go to push short. Slovakia does take down Hrotman. Lothar taking down Whiskey. Blackie taking down Slovakia. I think they're gonna push A side. We do see Maki on side holding short, holding the angle, but he is being pushed from both sides. He's going to be caught off, yes, and he got caught off by Duncanberry, leaving the A side completely open for the bomb to get planted. Rikus does hear the players shooting at him. He does. Slucky just takes down Rikus. Beautiful shots. And Tokoloshi takes down Duncanberry. Beautiful, very close round. I mean, they had the side. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get the bomb planted. The aggression by the CTs, the rotation was theirs, managing them to quickly retake sides, finishing off the T team.
I mean, it seems like it will be towards B once again. I mean, Grootman's watching mid, playing for that information. But, like you said, it's been super close. If you're in Afgri's
They do seem to be changing their mind. I don't know, maybe commit, like they've been doing, commit to a side, but you know, like they're trying to do this long take now. Maki takes down Blackie, Maki takes down Lothar. Grootman does come in with the orb, managing to take down Maki. Duncanberry takes down Whiskey. It is a 3v3 situation. I mean, right there, I think I would have committed to that A take, but I think 2 players are gonna try and push up short. They do spot out Slucky. He does manage to do some damage. Duncanberry does spot him out, try and take him out. Duncanberry does manage to find the kill, leaving the CTs in a 2v3, but they need to get onto his side, get that bomb planted. Luckily, time is still on their side, but the clock is ticking down. Hrotman does spot a player down out in mid, and Hrotman takes down Tokoloshi in mid. You know, B side completely open, but of course they can't be too sure about that. Slovakia playing short angle, but they do seem to be rotating their way to B. Duncanberry taking the point, trying to clear side so they can get bomb planted. Side is clear. There we go, the bomb is going down. And Slovakia hears that, and he is making his rotation. He does spot out Rikus, but Rikus does hear him jump down, and Rikus does manage to take down Slovakia. Beautiful play by the T side.
Like you said, it was very well played. I mean, Slovakia in that situation, I mean, it can either be an A or B, and you don't want to rotate too early. I mean, he played well. If it was an A, he was watching mid from short. He could have easily watched start and the cross. But of course, just that rotation towards B, like you said, I have no idea exactly where he could be. But they do have 3 players. You know, one player was relatively low, sending him first, get that information, and then rotate if need be. But of course, let's see, we're making our way towards B once again. North Ragdoll playing is quite aggressive with the Negev. 2 players ready for him. Tokoloshi with quad in hand once again. Let's see how he handles this Negev. And just like that, straight away takes down Lothar. But I mean, there you go. We always see a player push down from lowers. Let's see if we will get mid to be more aggressive. Whiskey is pushing up, playing extremely aggressive, taken down by Grootman. But there you go, that's information. They try to push onto side, but Tokoloshi finds himself another 2. Why not? Grootman does get the trade though. And that's it. Slacky with open hand takes down their Orpo, which was Grootman. Very well played from both sides. And we're hopping into the 11th round.
You know, what do you think they can do to bring this back? Because apparently, or what they can change about their strat to maybe take this B side? Because it doesn't seem to be this. Whenever they push B, it does not seem to be working out in their favor.
I mean, maybe get the pick. I mean, like you said, personally, of course, it's easy to say from my position as I'm casting and I'm watching. We keep seeing the same spots from Tokoloshi, you know. I mean, maybe throw a nade, throw a flash, just maybe pre-fire the spot as he always sits in the same spots. I mean, not just him. You as a CT player, you know they are the usual pre-fire spots that you should be aware of. And of course, if they have lost a couple of rounds to silly mistakes like that on B or A, just do it differently. You know, make sure you clean the spots up. But man, making plays, clearing up mid, clearing up short, even one player on each side, but they're pushing up from mid, from CT. Doesn't catch Tokoloshi off guard, but Tokoloshi does found too, making it a lot more realistic for his teammates. I mean, here comes Maki through CT. I mean, he does have COD gun, he does have an advantage of long range, clearing both window, playing very passively. I think he might be caught off guard here with the grenade in his hand, which he is, but I mean, he can only do so much there. I mean, he could have made an extremely well play taking down Grootman with that nade. He just had no idea where the players were, and of course, there is that if will they push, will they not push? What would you do in that situation if you were in this situation?
That's very difficult to say. I mean, you don't always expect the push, but sometimes it comes, and the other problem is, is it gonna come from mid doors or is it gonna come from the little window? So it's very hard to, maybe he should have just slid that down a little bit. Maybe I think him running his way up to B side did give the T's a little bit of information of where he was. So maybe next time take it a little slower. But like you said earlier, it's easier for us casters say watching the game and not actually in game, where you have to make the split second decisions. T's do seem to be making their way into mid, going through. We've got two players just hiding down in lowers, waiting for the CTs to pick. Maybe getting impatient. Whiskey does seem to be getting a little impatient. He does try and get the peak. Well, try and spot out a player just to get the information for his team. Very slow play. Grootman is trying to make his way up short. Of course, Slovaki is there. He doesn't spot him out. He does get taken down by Slovaki. Slovaki takes down Blackie. Rikus is there. Slovaki did fall back a little bit. Slovaki taking down Rikus as well, getting himself the 3k. Make that the 4. Lothnar taking down Whiskey. And Slucky does manage to take down Loskar. But that was a beautiful play by Slovaki, getting himself a quick 4k in that round.
I mean, I personally believe best way to deal with an AWP is to, rush them together. You can't kill all of us, but Slovakia's proven us all wrong. Listen, you guys might have the number advantage compared to me, but I'm quite forced with my AWP. I can do my flex. I know what I can do. I trust my abilities as a player. Both are pushing up very aggressively, which is very good, especially catching the player off. He does fun. Maki very well played. I mean, we are in a 4v4 with Lurf super low now, but he does have his team right behind him to make the play. There you go, Molly on side, gonna force the CT off. I mean, of course, Whiskey pain, yeah, but if I can say elevator, finds himself a second one with a brilliant Kobe, and there you go, just an easy clean up long. Well played by Semper.
Quick 31 second round. I mean, the T's did try and take long. They did get the entry kill there, but unfortunately they just couldn't make it onto site.
But like you said, now maybe we can see something different in the rounds close time around. And I would love to see what they can do. But Anime, I think, the last round into this game, second game, I think I would leave you up to it. I mean, this is super exciting.
Yeah, let me just take this. CTs are pushing through uppers, trying to get into side. Lothar doing some taking out one of his own teammates. Unfortunately trying to take down a CT just in the way. Tokoloshi taking down Blackie, leaving Rikus in a 1v5 situation. I wonder if he can, maybe make some plays. He does get spotted out by Slovaki. He does manage to do some damage, but unfortunately, Slovaki takes down Rikus, and that is another win for the CTs. let's see if we see a little bit of a different play here. We do see that he's buying up some AKs. We see another Galil into play, Codgun. And we see, on the CT side, we see, you know, as people call it, the noob cannon being put into play by Whiskey. You know, maybe aggressively gonna try and hold mid with that noob cannon. You know, with the price, it does do a lot of damage and it does have a lot of bullets. So I definitely think he can do a lot of damage. Slovaki manages to take down Whiskey. Sorry, Rikus. Whiskey takes down Lothar. Grotman takes down Slovaki. T's are just slowly making their way down into lowers, maybe trying to push B side again. Duncanberry just sitting there in the corner. A lot of
Yeah, I mean, he's playing very slow, you know, backup sides. Tokoroshi boosted. I mean, this spot always catches.
very
mean,
interesting play by Whiskey though, pulling out, as they call it, the noob cannon. You know, they call it the noob cannon, but that gun is not something to mess with. It does with, you know,
I mean, like
it's
that,
very,
just a straight headshot from Whiskey. Brain
exactly.
player. I mean, you can't find the shots to connect. Duncan was in a 1v3, does sound one player window, but of course, well played, good communication, good, you know, choice to push together as a team that rather played it solo.
That was a good half by both teams.
I mean, like you said, going
Unfortunately,
into the
one team
second
is
half.
dominating just a little bit, but I do think we're going to see a complete turnaround coming into the second half. I mean, now that Afri has to set sight, hold the angles.
You know, it's a completely different mindset, you know. I mean, if Afri holds out almost like Semper did, if not better, that's pretty much it. They can catch up these rounds quite quick. I mean, they still have a lot of, you know, time left. I mean, just a round reset, you know. The economy's reset, their morale's reset. Let's see what they can do. Eartha Ragnar does find one, heavily tags a few more. Blackie finds himself one. I mean, there you go, Rikus. All day from coming through lowers now, finds one as well. Now we in a 3v2. Tokoloshi slow. Now, I mean, this is what Afri needs to do. Kurfan push window does take down Tokoloshi. We do have Mackie in a 1v2 now, sitting just behind Car, and is taken down by Rikus, but well played, good at executes. I mean, the B players did indeed do their part, each found a player, did tag a few, and just leading their teammates, giving them extra time to rotate by
Yeah,
preventing bomb from being planted.
and most definitely, and Kit being bought first round was very interesting. Like, not a lot of players do that in the first round, but it was bought. It did come in handy at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna let you take us into this round.
I mean, just second round in, as we can see, an anti-echo. I mean, sorry, not yeah, from anti-echo from the T side. Just a nice slow A. I mean, Duncan was flashed. Can he find a player at long? But I mean, there you go. He is taken down. But there you go. Information is played. Now they're moving up to long. The CT do have time to be rotated. Khurpan is taken down by Tokoloshi. But here we go. Codgun finding two players with the help of Blackie. Very well played. Good communication. Can the Codgun, and he does take two players. Yet again. But now we are left with Rikus in a 1v3. Did push up from behind. Does find one. Finds the second one. Bomb is down. Or Rikus does now have to play the slow watches. Obviously watches different angles, including long and CC, and of course short onto the side. But he does have M4 in hand versus just a simple MP5. Long range, he does have an advantage, but Whiskey, you know, so far he has proven himself with an SMG. He is extremely dangerous. He should not be underestimated. He is going for bomb. I don't think Rikus will, you know, I mean, Whiskey, I think he didn't realize he missed bomb. To make it Rikus, they're still giving an opportunity to peek long. I don't think he realizes. But I think, you know, 40 seconds left. If he plants, we know where he is. Bomb is being planted safe. Far from long. He is going towards short as he has a better advantage with that MP5. But Rick is playing for information. Here's the footsteps on short. Just clearing start, making sure he's not sitting anywhere like Ninja or Elevator. For I mean, like he's actually in a good position to defuse now. As he, I mean, it isn't planted for short. But of course, there you go. MP5 at relatively long range takes down Rickers. But I mean, it was well played from both sides, and I mean, he couldn't really do much. There's so many angles to be careful of. You know, personally, with my luck, if I peek, you know, trick of bomb saw there, he will peek long. But very well played from both sides. I mean, it's only 12 for 5. Africa equipment has still a lot to show. I mean, I think if anything, they're saving up their actual strats for the last couple of rounds. There you go, Reckless playing for information, spots one, suicide, and now they're pushing up short quite fast. A is prepared, Trotman with USP in hand, playing by Goose is taken down by Slovaki. Slovaki very dangerous AK so far, spraying one car with the help of Tokoloshi. There you go, full access to A, and even the last two players to rotate. I mean, Lothar and Blackie both have an SMG. I mean, Blackie even has a diffuser. Should they rather save? Personally, I would recommend it, as they do have AKs, and that's it. You know, now we left in a 1v3 with
And maybe
Lothar
go,
below.
like you said, maybe try and grab that diffuser, maybe just fall back, try and get maybe an extra frag, save an AK. Unfortunately, Slovaki does take down Lothar. And yeah. So going into the next round, T's have bought some cod guns. We see an AK, we see two AKs, and yet again a Galil. That does seem to be, he did have enough for the AK, but I think he's trying to just manage his economy just a little better. You know, still have a gun, but not in case he loses it, be too in too bad of a position. These do seem to be making their way up long. We do have player Slovaki takes down Rotman. Smokes go down. They can just push onto site from here. It goes in. This doesn't tag anybody too badly. Duncan Berry down in CT with that Negev. Luckily, he does get caught off guard in the middle of the reload. Luckily, Blackie was there, but unfortunately, Maki was there to take down Duncan Berry, taking down Blackie, and Tokoloshi taking down our last player.
I mean, you almost sound like a rapper there, how fast these games are going.
Most definitely, you know, we see a lot of quick plays and a lot of, yeah, like I said, just a lot of quick plays going on and a lot of action going on. Sometimes it's just a little hard to keep up with everything.
I mean, seeing that there could be possibly 2 rounds left, I mean, not best nades towards long, but here we go. Let's see what's out. Okay, so Duncan is taken down. He was flashed. I mean, good flashes from Semper, but of course, Grootman is still on site. Only a few USP saving up for the last round. Heavily tags opponents pushing up long. Is taken down from behind. He is in a very bad situation, considering they are pushing long and short, and he can only, you know, I can say peak one at a time. But Blackie does have a FAMAS. He can make a player. Is taking number whiskey. Now we have Lothar Ragnar playing behind. Just try to save his MP9, I presume. Maybe try to pick up a teammate's gun. I mean, that FAMAS can, you know, possibly allow someone to drop an AWP and protect mid once again. Lothar does take down Tokoloshi, and that is a COD gun. I mean, would you consider a COD gun being an upgrade compared to the MP9?
Most definitely, most definitely. I mean, that cod gun does have a lot of more damage. It's got the range. You know, the MP9 it's got the spray, but you know, at long distance, it doesn't really help you out too much.
Video information is displayed. Lothar is spotted lowards, and of course I hope with the communication. I mean, the 2 Ts rotating, 2 Ts defending. You know, playing aggressive, try to get that gun out of his hand. We're playing extremely well, and they were there to back one another up. Now this could possibly be game points, but I mean, Grootman does have open hand. I mean, we've seen what this man can do. His solo plays have won him rounds. Information is being played. I mean, he is taken down with a noob cannon with the help of even an AWP. I mean, well played by them at leaving this last round in a 5v4. Make it a 4v4. Duncan and Barry is like, okay guys, I have an M4A1. I have the actual aim and range of this gun to make plays. But there is an AWP on short. He's trying to spread down. He's getting distracted by a player long. I mean, if that's not a bait, I really can't say. I mean, very well played. I mean, he was in a poor position to switch between both long and short. Now they do have access to A, but Bomber still cross. And there's Blackie with open hand, taking down players. But I think Slovaki wants his last kill, and everyone make it Mackie with Nubik. Yeah, he's screaming he wants it. They both really want this kill, but I think Blackie's gonna show them what he's made of. Blackie misses the first shot, and that does lead to the second game being taken by Semper. As we can see, the beautiful new animation and I can say player titles, you know, saying everything. You get your quad killer. We got our
The sh-
all
the
these
sharpshooter, all these interesting names that they give these players. Kind of just like what was your biggest contribution towards this game?
I mean, it
But
just doesn't give players to brag who's the best now. I don't know. I'm just pointing it out there. I'd love to see what all these different titles. Maybe this.
honestly, did they need a reasoning before?
I mean, let's be honest. Who doesn't love seeing the name and what they are capable with the game acknowledging their efforts?
That's true. It's always a little different. I mean, a lot of players do acknowledge their own efforts. You get those players, but now that the game is doing it as well, I think it's just gonna put a lot of players' confidence right up there, and just and make get other players to strive to be better as well.
I
But
think this is a perfect chance before we say bye to everybody. Do you think I'll mention our giveaway once again?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea just to mention it one last time just before.
Right, guys. So if you just tuned in, or if you guys want to hear it again, so Fantech is giving away an Echo MH82 multi-platform gaming headset with a detachable mic. And all you have to do is follow these steps to be entered and possibly win this very good headset. And of course, guys, it's for free if you win it. I mean, who doesn't want a good headset? So all you have to do is like the ACE Esports, like Fantech South Africa, share this post. I mean, it is optional. You don't have to. And to increase your chances, guys, just retweet it and on their Twitter, and that's it, guys. Then you win an amazing headset, and you can make those important callouts. You can possibly, maybe the change of headset, hearing his footsteps, even the change in mic quality could allow you to play in such tournaments. And I would love to see what you make use of this headset.
And I am looking at this headset right now, and it does look quite fantastic. So yeah, guys, go like, go share. Try and get this headset for not only for you but for your team to help everyone out.
Okay, guys, let us finish off. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of stuff to do. I'm your caster, Platt. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Anime, and thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.
You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the